Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session. Um, we are going to be talking about KPIs in data analysis. So, the real question is, what are KPIs in data analysis, right? So, we've been hearing about KPIs, um, but we don't really know much about what this KPI means, right? Because in data analysis, um there are some critical things you need to know as a data analyst, right? And KPIs are one of them. So simply means KPI simply means key performance indicator, right? Or you can say key performance index, right? So they are measurable values that shows whether a business, a project, or a process is meeting its objectives, right? So every company has um, this business goal, right? So from the beginning of the year, say January, to the end of the year, say December, right? So every company, they have what they want to achieve in that particular year. Just like in your personal life, you have what you want to achieve for um the year per se in your life, right? You set goals for yourself, you set targets for yourselves, right? So that's the same way companies set goals and objectives for themselves, but these are business goals, right? So a company that deals in, for example, that sells shoes, like I did in my previous section, can come out to say, right, this particular year, 2025, we are going to hit our sales target to 100 million, right? It can be 200 million. That's a target, right? So this they can say, all right, we are going to increase our profitability by 100%, right? So let's assume that they made a profit of 10 million last year. They can set a goal or a target and say, we are going to make a profit of 20 million this year, right? So what we use in tracking these are called KPIs. These are KPIs that companies set for themselves, right? So companies, they want to know the number of sales in a year. This is a KPI. They want to know their profitability level in a particular year. This is a KPI, right? They want to know the total number of customers that they acquired. Is a KPI. So KPI measures progress. It measures value in businesses, right? So the question is, you as a data analyst, how do you identify companies' KPIs? How do you identify business KPIs, right? So that is basically what we are going to be talking about. So in Power BI, KPIs are often referred to as cards, right? You can say KPI visuals. Okay. So after this projection, I am going to open up my Power BI to show you how we measure KPIs in Power BI. Okay. So the next thing is, why are KPIs important? Why are KPIs so much important? Right? They are important because they simplify complex data in easy to read metrics, right? So your employer or your manager do not want to know what you did back end. He doesn't want to know how you connect data, how you imported data. Only what he wants to know is what is our sales volume? What's our sales volume for the year? Right? So it's your duty as a data analyst to show your dashboard, to tell him or her and say, look, sir, our sales volume is 200 million. That's all he wants to know, right? He wants to know, okay, 200 million against our target of 300 million. So where are we? So at what rate are we running? These are questions you need to ask yourself as a data analyst, right? So they also track progress against goals. Like I said before, they are sales targets. They want to know the customer churn, people that have stopped using their businesses, people that have stopped using their services, people that have stopped patronizing them. These are customer churn, right? So they help in decision making by showing areas of success and areas that needs improvement. So imagine at the third quarter of the year, a company that sets a business goal of hitting 200 million in sales. So at the third quarter, they are still doing 50 million. You see the gap. So that's why a data analyst is very, very important in every organization. You guys should not underrate this skill because it is very much needed, right? So it's not left for the company to say, okay, now this last quarter, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna level up? It calls for to re-strategize, right? It calls for going in, building some things and to get these numbers. So another reason why KPI is important is that they align teams towards measurable objectives, right? So it shows teams where they are working towards to, right? So let's look at alignment with business goals. KPIs ensures that data analysis isn't random. Instead, it answers questions like, are we meeting sales targets? Are customers satisfied? Are we retaining enough clients to stay profitable? Right? So this slide is a typical example of KPI in data analysis, right? So as we can see, we are looking at the total sales of $120,000 of a particular company. So against a sales target of $150,000. So you can see their run rate. Their run rate is 80%. It's a KPI. Now, new customers. We have acquired 320 new customers over time. And what's our retention rate? Our retention rate is 70%. So KPI shows the position of every company at every point in time, right? So this is going to be a very short class. So I would like to dive into my Power BI so that I can be able to show you, right? So this is my Power BI canvas. So the first thing I'm going to do is to import data, right? So my data is in form of a CSV file and not Excel file. So let me just import my data. So this is a very short data that I um, put together myself, right? And we are not going to do any data cleaning because it's a simple data. So no need for any data cleaning at all. So let's allow the data to load up. All right. So this is our data here, sample KPI data set. So on this data set, we have our customer ID, we have our date, we have our new customer, we have um, returning customer, right? We also have sales amount, we have target amount, right? So I'm going to show you how to run your KPI here, right? So on your visualization pane, these are your charts, right? These are your charts. So your KPI could be your card. One, you represent your KPI with your card, right? So secondly, you represent with another card. It's a new card. This is a new card. You represent it with another card. Now you can use the normal KPI measuring tool, but I prefer and I always go for the new card because of it has this interactive nature with data. So I'm gonna click on the new card, right? So this is our new card. So first thing I'm going to do is, as a data analyst, is to show our total sales, right? So I want to show the manager the total sales for the year. So I will drag this sales amount and I will paste it here in data. So as you can see, we have a total sales of 27,000, 27,000, right? So permit me to format this card. Permit me to format this card. So I can check my colored values. I can bold my value here. I can even decide to change the font to anything I want, but I'm gonna leave it as black. Then I can take this off. I can put it back, right? So I can also bold it and change the font type. It depends on how you want your data to be, right? But basically, this is not why I'm doing this video. I just want to show us why KPIs are important and how to um, use KPIs to achieve company goals. So we do layout. I guess I'm done here. So let me move to the general. So I can do effects. So I can change the background color, but I will leave it as white, right? I like this visual border. Trust me, guys. I love this visual border. So I can give it this color. I can round it. The shadow, same. I can give the shadow this color. So I'm trying to format this, guys. I can put it inside. So let me go back to increase this to 14. Okay, okay, okay. So guys, This is our total sales. Total sales. These are total sales. So I can add the dollar sign. Total sales. Beautiful, 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 guys. So this is our total sales for the year, right? So um I can right click and copy this visual because I want to model like 4 of these, right? So I'm gonna paste it with Control V. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So guys, see why I advise each and every one of us to use the new visual card, because of this interactive nature, right? So the ordinary card cannot do this. That's why I asked that we should use the new visual card, right? So the next thing we are going to be looking at is the target amount. So our total sales for the year is 27,000 US dollars. So against what? There should be a target that the company has set for themselves. So the target that the company set for themselves should be 30,000 US dollars. So let me click on this and put it and format with dollar sign. 30,000 US dollars. So let me remove the sum. Target amount. Fine, beautiful, beautiful, right? So we can also look at the number of new customers that we have acquired over time. Eight, eight is the total number of customers that we have acquired over time, right? So this is the most interesting part of this session, right? So we want to look at the sales rate, right? The sales achievement rate. So we are going to be doing a DAS function, right? We're going to be doing a DAS function. So to create a DAS function, we either create a measure or a column. We either create a measure or a column, right? If we create a column, we are going to be adding more data to the data that we have. That means our data will carry more weight, right? So if we are going to be creating a measure is not directly added to the data, but is a kind of sub data that we are going to be created. So I want to add a measure now. So what I'm going to do is I will click on this our sample data, then right click and go to new measure. So these are new measure, guys. So I'm going to type sales achievement, in percentage, right, equals. So I want to write the DAS function. So divide, use the division function. So divide sum, call the sum, right? So sum of what? So we are summing um the sales amount. So see the sales amount, right? We are summing these up. So we close parenthesis, comma. So we are dividing the sales amount by the target amount because we want to know our run rate in sales. So target amount, we click on our target amount, right? We close parenthesis, comma, add up 0, right? And close parenthesis. Enter. So guys, see the sales achievement rate has been added. So pick this off. Let's pick this off and run. So we have 0.91%. So all we have to do is just format this to be in percentage, right? And we are going to put in one decimal place. One decimal place. This is it. So this is our KPI. Our KPI is okay. Permit me to remove this. Let me remove this. All right. So our KPI is that we have achieved a sales of 27.3 thousand dollars over time against our sales target of $30,000, right? And on the cost of achieving these sales, we have acquired a total number of customers, new customers, 8, right? And our run rate is 91%. So, guys, this is a short video on how to leverage KPI in data analysis. See you in our next video. Thank you very much.